So hey everyone, today's video is going to be talking about addiction and the cure for all addiction. This is talking about the cure for pornography addiction, the cure for sugar addiction, the cure for gambling addiction, whatever addiction that you might have, even money addiction, because I know some people can get addicted to making money, they become workaholics, and then they think that a certain amount of money will give them happiness, right? So the cure for all addictions is just fulfillment. Like, what you want to do for addictions is just get rid of the cravings. If you no longer have the craving for whatever pleasure that you're addicted to, then you're no longer addicted. The craving is the reason why you're addicted. If you didn't have the craving, if it wasn't in your mind, then you wouldn't be addicted. I know that really didn't make sense, but like, you think about like this. I struggle with pornography addiction and sugar addiction the most, right, in my life. And I noticed that it was always on my mind throughout the day, and it was always because I was escaping emotion, I was suppressing emotion, right? And I was always craving this pleasure because every time I felt these negative emotions, I wanted to suppress them. So every time it was like okay, if you know about how habits start, there's a trigger and then there's the action. So like, for example, they did a science experiment, and you could do this if you have a pet or not. If you have a dog and you ring a bell and then you give them food every time you ring that bell, every time that dog hears that bell, it will think food. So let's say for like 2 weeks, you ring this bell and then you give the dog food. You ring this bell, give this dog food. So every time that dog hears that bell, he thinks food, right? So it's the same with addictions. Every time you hear those negative emotions, you think suppression, pleasure. So every time you hear that bell, which is the negative emotions, whatever it could be, stress, anxiety, depression, boredom, loneliness, there's a whole bunch of negative emotions that you could be avoiding, and it really doesn't matter what negative emotions you are. What matters is that you like fulfillment, and that's the reason why you crave pleasure. Because because think about the word fulfillment, it means full of pleasure, full of love, and you don't need any type of pleasure because you're already full of pleasure. You don't need anything else. You gave it to yourself already. And how you get fulfillment is through expression. Expressing your emotions instead of suppressing them. So you need to find the best creative outlet for you to express your emotions. And if you still find yourself craving pleasure, you're not expressing the right way, or you're not fully expressing your emotions. So like, for me, I thought writing, okay, so here I'll give an example. So I was doing YouTube for like 3 weeks straight, right? And I still had a little sugar addiction, low caffeine addiction, and I couldn't quite get off of it. I kept craving it, and I couldn't really understand why I was craving it until I started writing, and I was doing writing and YouTube at the same time, and all my addictions went away, everything. And I was to the point where I was fasting without even trying. I wasn't even craving food, so I didn't even eat until like later in the day, like after 7 o'clock, and it was crazy to me because like I would have never seen myself fasting. And I think the reason why it was because of that. Reason why the reason why I was able to fast is because the reason I was eating so much wasn't because I was hungry. It's because I wanted the pleasure to escape my negative emotions. So if you learn to express your emotions, you no longer need to suppress them. And if you still find yourself craving the need for pleasure and craving the need to suppress your emotions, that means you haven't fully expressed your emotions. So like, I had when I was only doing YouTube and I wasn't doing writing, like I said, I had caffeine and sugar addiction. And then I switched to only doing writing because I thought it would be better just to spend my time doing that. And I cut out YouTube, and then my sugar and caffeine addiction came back. And now I'm doing both, and this is actually an experiment because I've already done this before. I've already done the YouTube and writing together, and having those able to express myself fully in those two outlets was, that was enough for me to quit all my addictions. But when I let one of them go, addictions started popping up. And I'm going to test this now, so this is my first video in a while because I've only been writing, but this is my first video, and I'm also going to write today, and I'm going to be doing this for like a whole week and then see if all my addictions disappear. Like, not like all my cravings for the pleasure disappear, because I'm pretty sure it will. So if you just give yourself fulfillment and you could fill yourself up with love and satisfaction and your own pleasure, you no longer need an external pleasure. And so that's the cure for all addictions. No matter what addiction that you have, even if you think it's the worst addiction and the hardest to get off, even nicotine, just by giving yourself fulfillment, you can, and expressing your emotions through whatever creative outlet that is best for you. Like, just because YouTube and writing works for me doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. So you're gonna have to do experimentation for yourself to figure out what works. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and if you did enjoy it, I'm sorry, I'm losing my words. If you did enjoy it, leave a like and definitely subscribe if you want to support me. I'll see you on the next one.